Another weekly update from Trade the Bear. This is April the 9th, 2020. That would be the week that we're updating. This is actually Easter Sunday, so happy Easter, everybody. So let's get right into this. All right, so what are the results? What have we done with our small account lately? And let's pull right into here. So this week we took a little bit of a hit because of what happened with the XLF. That is the instrument that we're trading primarily in the smaller account. So this week we had a change in direction in the overall market, which whenever we get in these transitions, going from a downtrending market to an uptrending market, all of my trading systems, well, not all of them, but most of my trading systems take a hit during that time. So let's get right in. Let's look at the VIX and see what's going on there, which makes options premiums pretty expensive with it being inflated like it is right now. And even with this little down move that you see here, it's still way overinflated. We should be down in this area, 15, 20 range. But with everything that's going on in the world, in the markets and all, of course, we're going to have a high VIX. So the volatility determines the option premium. And of course, option premiums right now are inflated. So this is something we always need to look at. The other thing we want to know is we want to know where the bear is. And by looking at the ES, which represents what, 500 stocks, 500 companies, the top 500 companies in the country. Well, not the top 500, but 500 of the best companies in the U.S. We can tell pretty much what's happening in the market. So this week we had what I would call a conditional change, going from a downward market, from a bearish market to maybe even this is pretty bullish. This is a pretty bullish signal. Of course, with the Fed giving the money to the Treasury and the Treasury giving the money to the banks and the banks buying into the market, this is the kind of thing we can see. Even though all the news about the economy, people are out of job, everything is so bad with what's going on around us. Of course, the market's always about 3 weeks ahead, so we're probably going to see ourselves come out of this here pretty soon, which is good news, very good news. So let's see what's happening in the other parts of the market. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Tech stocks usually lead the way, and there's not as much of a push in that as I like to have seen. This is actually a topping pattern, so we'll wait and see what happens Monday. That's one of the reasons I waited till I didn't want to buy anything through the weekend. And then bonds are going sideways. So not sure how to read that or interpret that at this point in time with everything that's happening with POMO and so forth. Oil. Now, based on the news, you would think oil was going to make a rapid recovery. Well, they had a nice little 3-day move here, and then right back into this bearish trend as far as the daily chart goes. Now, on the weekly chart, we're starting to see this little reversal. This is a bullish engulfing pattern, but then here we can see that it's opening up pretty strong to the down side. Or Thursday it went to the down pretty hard. So next we're going to look at gold. Wow, look at that. Gold's making a nice little strong move. I've been playing around with this indicator after I talked to somebody I hadn't talked to in a long time, and they're a real strong Fibonacci person. So you can see here that maybe we're going to get up here to this 1770 area before things turn around. Did get 2 standard deviation as far as the Keltner channel goes, so let's pull that off. And then last but not least, let's look at the dollar, see what's going on there. All right, so we got oil down, dollar down, gold up. So usually one of them's up and the other 2 are down. So, all right, now let's go in and look at our ETFs that we like to trade. So the regional banks, nice little push move, little breakout move, good volume, strong. Looks like pretty bullish over here on the weekly. What am I going to expect? I'm going to expect to pull back into here and start taking some long positions. The Qs, topping pattern, which we saw in the NQ as well. So again, I'm gonna expect this to pull probably back into here and start moving up again. SPY, same thing, topping pattern, 2 standard deviation, real close to hitting the Keltner. See if that's going to pull back and make a move. Home builders, that's usually a pretty bearish signal when you see one candle by itself. I mean, I like to see confirmation, maybe the next candle closing somewhere down here before I consider this a roll to the downside. And then again, same thing. I'm going to be looking for a pullback and then loading up to go long. XLE. Here's something interesting. Let's see here. Oh, I did that backwards, didn't I? That's not the way I want to do it. I want to go this way. So that's already, that went up to the 100% of that move and then came back off. So let's see what happens there. You know, one thing we didn't look at is, let's go back and look at XLF. This is the one that I got a short signal right in here and it just ran straight up. So this is going to become support now. So we want to change the color to that, to green. And then I wanted to look at something else back on the ES that I just thought of, was the moving averages. You know, I always want to pay attention to the moving averages. Looks like we have this level up here that we're going to contend with rather quickly, which is the 50 moving average. The 100 still hasn't crossed the 200, but the 50, of course, crossed back over here. And so we'll see what happens when we get up into these moving averages, if anything happens at all. So that's pretty much what I have for the week right now, and I've been playing around a little bit with day trading. I opened up a futures account this week and got back into trading futures a little bit now that I have a little more time with being with the economy slowing down and, you know, not working as much. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with that. I forgot how fun it is to trade off the dome. So anyway, this is another weekly update from Trade the Bear. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe down at the bottom, and let's see if we can make some money. Take care.